This is great, great fun for me. I haven't been here a bit. The building is overwhelming. The campus was fabulous. So many friendly faces and old students and friends and teachers that I haven't seen in a long time. Great occasion. Very moving for me, and I'm happy to be here. And I can say that I always went a lot on feel. You know, in the springtime, the place looks beautiful, but there's always been a special feel here. F-E-E-L, with quotes around it. And it's palpable right now. It's wonderful to share it and to be here with so many of you that had the same experience that I did. I'm reminded of how many and many happy years I had by seeing Ted and Laura here today, retiring. We worked together for many years, great memories with them, and shared an awful lot of wonderful experiences together. Sandine connection to our family goes way back to late 60s. Bob and his family have been associated with the school now for almost 50 years. How we can say 50 years, been a long time. Bob, Phyllis, Bo, Chris, Lisa, all have been heavily involved, highly involved in the school over these many, many years. It's been a great pleasure for me and for my whole family to be close friends of theirs. From the first day to this very happy. Well, this is about Lisa, and having her here today to receive this wonderful award. This part of the program is about her from the great class of '83, which is having a reunion today. She's a distinguished alumna, graduate of Wilbur Cross, High Wesley, enrolled now in a PhD program, and winner of the coveted Rookie of the Year, a Principal Award in Colorado a few years ago, now finishing her 6th year as principal, and she has a huge crowd of admirers, friends, students, and colleagues, both here in Haven and I know in far, far away Colorado. And this is what I think that life and that foot and our school logo, gladly I learn, gladly I teach, are all about. Working hard, giving back, promoting good works and good health, tutoring autistic kids, staying late after school, thinking of others, and always going the extra mile. Lisa's record of achievement at this still very early age of her career is just remarkable. I'm sure you've read about it in the program and also in the footprints which just came out recently. It's such a wonderful piece about it. I'm reminded of her years here, all 10 of them. Her love of the outdoors. It's very hard for her to skateboarding in the outdoors with a camping and canoe craze family that she has. Time in the outdoors. And her struggles with dyslexia. But most importantly, her willpower, her drive, her tenacity. We've got to flip the page here. And her desire to overcome. She was a worker, a digger, a popular, able, but mainly highly motivated, determined, and self-possessed young person. The little engine that could. She was indeed encouraged and tutored by many here. She won the coveted Hitchcock Prize when she was in her last year. Her tutor commented once that she had great gumption. She even scored 6 goals in the field hockey game at one point. And she went on a hike once with my daughter and with her father, and they hiked all morning and all afternoon, and Bob was always talking about how great this was to be outdoors and backpacks and sleeping out and camping out. And they were all as hot as the devil, and they were sweating and panting, and they came out in the woods, and Lisa said something to them, "Would you please remind me, Dad, of why we love this all so much?"
to follow speaking after Frank Ferrari. It's going to be tough. And hopefully somebody's taking good care of my dad here in the front and keeping his emotions at bay. Because there's no bigger cheerleader in my life than my father has always been there for me. I mean, the minute I got off the train yesterday, you're in New Haven. Thank you, Carol. My first stop, of course, had to be to Archie Moore's to have a wing. And there we were, sitting there, and of course the waitress came over, and my father kept saying, "Do you know this is the award?" She didn't know. To anybody. No. So, anyway, I want to take also a special thank you to Carol and the board for honoring me with this Alumni Achievement Award. I always feel a little bit embarrassed by all the attention. And I like to think that this board really should honor all the members of the Foot community, past and present, who've committed their lives to education of young children. I was fortunate enough to start my journey here at the Foot School in the kindergarten classroom of the amazing Laura Olchel, who nurtured both my creativity and my curiosity. I vividly remember the guinea pigs that resided in the front window of her classroom. I remember sitting in the meeting area while she brought books to life, before the days I could decode text on my own. And my strongest memory of all is when the way she made me feel when I proudly showed her the clay dinosaur I had made in the art class. She considered it a masterpiece and made me feel exceptional. I always like to joke to my father that with a kindergarten teacher like Mrs. Olchel, my educational experience can only go downhill. I actually public speak for a living, but around you guys. So a career in teaching was really not what I initially envisioned to be my calling, even though my father said it was in my blood. Early learning disabilities made me question my self-worth in a family and a community of intellectuals. One of the days that stuck out in my early timeline the strongest is when I was pulled out in first grade for individual testing. The results were clear. I learned differently from others. And my family knew that I could experience challenges ahead. I quickly found ways to mask my disability amongst my peers, and I compensated for my deficits. Foot taught me to rely on my strengths, and soon my successes began to prevail. I learned to use my zealous drive to achieve and excel by working twice as hard as the person next to me. Well, I should probably get a little bit of credit. I had a live-in math tutor, Sandine, and a father who could edit and revise my writing prior to Windows operating system and the revolutionary spell check. So I went on to study history and fine arts at Ohio Wesleyan with no clear direction, other than savoring what a liberal arts education had to offer and enjoying the social nature of communal living. That is when two profound events really changed the course of my life and led me into the field of education. During my junior year in college, I decided to join the Syracuse University program in London during the fall semester of 1988. Ironically, I remember sitting in my father's office in his study and choosing the first of 3 chartered December flights. And the reason I did that was I wanted to make my annual trip to my godfather's farm, Bob Osborne, in Newtown, Connecticut, because we always went to chop down the Christmas tree. We do that hunt, and it was a ritual. Shortly after my return, the 3rd Pan Am 103 flight crashed over Lockerbie, Scotland, and I lost my dear roommate Lindsay, along with many other classmates. Within a year, I lost my incredible mother, Phyllis Brown Sandine, who actually spoke at my graduation here 30 years ago. I immediately moved back to New Haven to be with my father, and I just happened to land a job here at the Foot School. Teaching young children was therapeutic. Meaningful work, full of laughter, love, and many rewarding challenges. I left Foot that year committed to bringing the same level of innovation and rigor to the public school setting. As a classroom teacher, I spent 18 years teaching preschool, kindergarten my hardest, all the way up through 4th grade. I went from inner city New Haven to rural Greene, Colorado. I strongly believe if students can't learn the way we teach, then we need to teach them the way they learn. I taught under 12 administrators in these 18 years of teaching and realized what an effect that leadership played in creating a vision and a positive climate conducive to learning for both adults and children. I witnessed a staff of talented people who were stalemated by poor become a principal, I was really surprised by everybody's responses. My colleagues kept saying, "You're going to the dark side." My father mourned me leaving the classroom, and ironically, my family rejoiced before knowing the long hours and extremely intense work schedule that my new job would entail. People asked me over and over again my first year as an administrator, "What is it like?" I told them it was the hardest thing I had ever done. There's always this complex layer of stress that comes with the job. The fine mix of being an inspiring leader, an instructional coach, and a public figure scrutinized by every decision made. I think what surprised me the most was how much time of my day I'm actually counseling and problem-solving adult issues. I always like, at the end of every email, I have a quote, I think, that kind of encompasses my view on leadership and education, and it's by wonderful Bill Bradley, and it goes like this. It says, "The business of leaders of heroes is tricky. Leadership is something that is not done to people, like fixing your teeth. Leadership is unlocking people's potential to become better." Federal guidelines and state mandates have left a heavy burden of accountability on public education. I've only been a principal for 5, though it seems like 6 years. And I've worked under 4 different superintendents. I am the longest sitting principal in a team of 11. However, when my job is really overwhelming and the stress of the principal's office is too much, do you know where I go? Where? I go to preschool. I go to preschool, and the kids, they just light me up. And they treat me like I'm some superhero. And it's just wonderful, so that's my retreat. Of course, my father has never forgiven me for leaving my friends and family here in New Haven. He still considers this community the cultural center of the universe and the Athens of our day. I'm absolutely thrilled about I'm absolutely thrilled about the condition of the school foot today. And I'm only disappointed that my own children can't be here to attend. I hope that many alumni choose to move on to this rewarding career in education so they can gladly learn and gladly teach in settings around the world. Thank you so much.
Alumni Achievement Award to Schuba, Sandine, for the difference she makes in the lives of children and the difference she makes in our world. Thank you.